All right, everybody, as we know, with the Monuments of Triumph update inside of Destiny 2, the finale update, if you will, you might log on and be a little bit overwhelmed of what you should actually be doing to maximize your time. In this video, we're going to be going over some stuff that you can be doing to get some of the best valued loot in the game, whether it's resources, new armor sets, weapons, catalysts, whatever it may be. First things first, if you want to get your exotic catalysts fast, knock them out. Obviously, most of them are unfortunately in the ops, Vanguard ops, Crucible ops, Pinnacle ops, Gambit ops, all of that. But another way to go about getting them, at least in a guaranteed method, is by farming exotic orders. Okay, that is how I got my Truth Catalyst. I feel like I have to say this. It feels like whatever weapon you're holding that doesn't have the catalyst has a higher chance of dropping. When I got my Kvostov Catalyst and my Truth Catalyst, I had both of those weapons equipped when those catalysts dropped for them. So not saying that's a guarantee, but just a little bit of food for thought for you. Now, with this update, we got so many good armor sets. I feel like the one that people are thinking about getting the most and grinding out the most is the Vault of Glass Armor. And I am 100% with you on that. Yesterday on stream, twitch.tv/kree, by the way, if you ever want to, come in, do some Destiny 2 raiding with your boys, come by the Twitch channel. We will be live streaming tonight. But on stream yesterday, we went ahead, we did some spoils farming, we did some VoG farming. I was able to get a good full VoG set, at least for my Warlock. Remember, you want to do Master Vaults of Glass, by the way. And Master Raids, they're very chill these days. Very, very chill compared to how they used to be when they first came out. But the reason why is that the Vault of Glass armor, its 4-piece set, is going to allow for sustained damage to be able to spawn orbs, right? This is the 4-piece set. It's called Collective Power. While you have a subclass buff, so aka if you're in a well, dealing sustained damage creates an orb of power. This is a very good armor set, especially for damage loadouts. Most of the time in damage, you're going to be in a well of radiance or have some form of a subclass buff, whatever it may be. Radiant, Devour, Amplified, you name it, you'll probably have at least one of them in order to proc this. And I don't know about you, but for me, the easiest benefit that this 4-piece set for your armor provides you is essentially permanent uptime on Argent Ordnance for your Truth rocket launcher. Even if you have just 2 or 3 people in your fire team with this 4-piece set, they'll be making orbs to keep not only your surges up, but your Argent Ordnance up. So your Truth is just going to be doing more damage with this up, on top of having a Boots of the December well, surges, the debuff. This just essentially, just looking at it in a vacuum, permanent uptime Argent Ordnance for your Truth. This will allow you and your fire team to really do some damage chunking, cranking, especially if you are on Truth or any rocket launcher for that matter, any rocket strats. This 4-piece set will very much so benefit you. And especially if you have like a full squad of hunters with Blade Barrage, Shards of Galanor, you guys might even be able to gen 2 supers per damage phase, at least with some decent min-maxing and whatnot. Now, how do you go about getting this? So the best way, at least in my opinion, is to get a full stack of spoils, doing a Master VoG or just a Master Atheon checkpoint, and then dumping all of your spoils at the chest. The armor pieces are a bit expensive. They are about 40 spoils a pop, but as long as you run the new Powerhouse Ghost mod, right? This is the Powerhouse Armorer. I don't know why it's called Armorer, but is the Ghost mod, which allows for your armor to have a much higher chance to drop with weapons as its primary stat and super as its secondary stat, aka the 2 best stats in the game, the 2 stats that people use the most on just about any given loadout. You want to have high weapons and high super. Now, how do you go about getting these spoils of conquest? So yesterday, the method that we were using on stream was just farming Argos. Even if you just do Argos with 2 feats, you get 20 spoils per run, right? Per run of Argos, and Argos runs are relatively short, especially if you have a team that's well optimized and you guys can one phase Argos consistently. You just put on phase race and the res token feat. Those are the easiest ones to just secure the bag, right? The easiest 2 feats to get 20 per run. If you have a really good team, you can even up it more because you get 10 spoils at base and then 5 spoils of conquest per feat you put on. If you want to keep it easy and chill, just put on the 2 feats, 20 spoils per run. Now, the thing about Argos is that there is a little tech or cheese to essentially start damage instantly. You guys load in, you hit the rally flag, and then you're able to basically turn around and go to these little cubby spots on the rocks, sit here and chill, have someone start the damage phase, then they can just rocket themselves to the feet or turn around and get there themselves. They start the encounter. You guys are sitting in what is a joining ally spot, and then once everybody teleports to the playable area, Argos shield is just going to be down and the damage just is going to start. You guys just are going to immediately blitz to shoot his crits and then immediately start damage and just bake him. Just send those truth rockets, let him fly, nuke this clown, 20 spoils per run. However, today I was made aware of a solo spoils farm, or just another method that you can do. And I'm just going to go ahead and let this clip play for itself. All right, everybody. So there's apparently a shenanigan going around, and I want to go ahead and see it for myself. Apparently, you take your Ward of Dawn and a crossbow, and you pick it up, and you're able to use this as a means of pushing the boss off, essentially. We're gonna try that out here. Kind of like this. I have a sea urchin. It is my sea urchin. Goodbye. See you later. And now we're just gonna kind of hang out. I'm just gonna wait. And it should clear the encounter after like a few seconds. The health bar at the bottom of the screen should like disappear. And I'm just gonna hold my little bubble. Just kind of let it chill in my hand. It's mine. No one can take it away from me. And just give it a second. And yeah, it just clears the encounter, bro. Okay. All right, bro. All right, dude. Yeah, I was on no feats just because I wanted to like test this out for myself. But you could like 1,000,000% put on a few feats and you could solo farm spoils like that. Okay. I guess this beats my initial method idea of running Argos, but like, you know, there's both. This will have to get patched at some point, I would imagine. But regardless, some tech for that, by the way, is you want to have persistence, this stat as high as possible. This is what's going to keep them on the Ward of Dawn for longer, so you have, you know, give yourself time to actually push the boss off. And so I would just recommend running one with, I think it's Empowered Rail. Yeah, this one gives greatly increased persistence, and then put on a enhanced persistence stat. Build doesn't matter, bro. What am I running Worm Gods for? None of this matters except for Ward of Dawn. That's it. That is it. So with this tech in mind, you and a buddy could theoretically bounce a mortgage checkpoint off one another, and you guys could farm your spoils like that, just so that you guys are able to keep the checkpoint, right? So basically you could have one of either you or one of your buddies, alternate characters, hold the checkpoint. You guys split off, go do a run, each by yourself. Then you join back on the character that doesn't have the checkpoint, have the person swap back over to the Titan. You could then leave or wipe. Just make sure that you guys both have the checkpoint. You just run it back, rinse and repeat, right? Solo farming spoils, which is low-key ridiculous. But if you do have a full optimized team of 6 people, you could still bake Argos, which I would imagine would still be the strat if and when this bubble pushing strat gets patched. Either way, I wanted to include both of these methods in this video to help you farm spoils, whatever method you so choose. Bada bing, bada boom. However, there's still something else that I want to talk about, because another good armor set that you would need to spend spoils on is the King's Fall armor set. Because, hear me out, the King's Fall 2-piece armor set is actually pretty good as well. This would be an armor set bonus that you would 1,000,000% run during mechs, as the 2-piece Iron Sharpens Iron reads as follows: final blows on guardians and powerful combatants generate additional ammo progress. So I'm going to briefly play a clip of me running this 2-piece armor set in the firing range, just to show you how fast you can generate some ammo with this 2-piece armor set. Okay, we're back into a firing range slot portion of the video. We do love the firing range. So let me just break down what we're using for this test, okay? Here's our 2 pieces of Kingsfall armor. As you can see, we do have the Iron Sharpens Iron 2-piece armor set bonus activated. We have a loadout here with max weapons. Okay, obviously max weapons is, you want to have as high weapons as possible on just about every single build, especially at 200. You're going to be getting a large heavy brick chance every single time, right? 100% uptime on the large bricks. That means the ammo bricks that we're picking up and making are going to have 3 rockets in them apiece. Now, the weapon that we are using is a Festival Flight. All right, it has 80 ammo gen, 81, and I do have on abundant ammo to help with that stat, to help, you know, just push it a little bit further. It has 69 at base, and with this we get up to 81. Nice. Now, another thing to mention is that we don't have any heavy ammo finders on. We're going to do a run of just like slaying these ads out with none of those on, no finders. And then I'm going to do one with finders. Okay, so let me just plop this down just to give me a little damage buff. And then I just want you to watch. Watch the ammo bar. Okay, it's about to make one. And watch how much progress we get. Look at that. We made one and we already have 75% on the other one. Okay? It's a little bit silly. This is not even that many ads either, by the way. And we're going to just make plenty of ammo. Even just off of these types of ads, right? Any sort of encounter has a lot of, you know, enemies, high volume. Look at that, dude. 3... Actually, my fault. I can't count. 4. Count them. 4 heavy ammo bricks. And watch, yes, they all have 3 rockets in them because we have 200 weapons. So now that we have done a run without the finders, what if we do a run with the finders? And this is just me shooting off the rockets to showcase that, yeah, they have 3 in them a pop. Okay, so let me run this back, spawn them again. And now we're going to put on finders, okay? We'll even put on a scout to simulate that we are in a team that we can help make ammo for them. And they can, you know, benefit from us having a lot of ammo gen. Once again, obviously, we still have the Iron Sharpens Iron armor set bonus. Let's drop this bad boy down and let's let it fly, all right? Let's just let it fly. Because with finders and this armor set bonus and high weapons, we're basically going to be making a brick off of every 2 or so kills on these big guys, which is kind of ridiculous. I mean, dude, you want to talk about ammo economy? Look no further. Get you some get you some Kingsfall armor. You will be making so much ammo. So much freaking fracking ammo. Yeah, it's another 4. Like, literally, the set is so good. We were close to making nearly a brick per enemy with the armor set and the finders. Obviously, finders are really, really good. I mean, scouts are really, really nice and really good to have, finders and scouts. But the armor set is so good. It carries so hard. You could easily run this in a mechs loadout and then hot swap to a loadout that has on full VoG armor. Like this is just the full VoG armor for damage. And then you have these on as a 2-piece set for mechs. You'll be making so much ammo. And then in your damage loadout, you put on a shoot to loot weapon so you can pick up the ammo. With truth, it's a little bit, you don't want to use shoot to reload it because you want to proc prototype True Seeker. But that's why we run a shoot to loot. And for people that were commenting and asking how we were making so much ammo in the Callus video, this is part of how we were doing it. I didn't even have any of the Kingsfall armor set at the time of that video, but you run Festival Flight, abundant ammo, high weapons, finders, 1 scout, and you print ammo. Now you add in this 2-piece armor set bonus. You're just gonna make gobsmacks amounts of ammo for you and your teammates. You're gonna have infinite heavy for damage. You run a shoot to loot weapon to pick it up from the well radiant, so you don't have to, you know, actually run to go pick it up. And there you go. You don't need a lethanum. Guys, I saw comments that saying that I was using a lethanum and stalling for time. No. No, it just, the weapon stat is that good. Scouts and finders are that good. This armor set bonus is just that good. Make some ammo for your teammates for damage. Have infinite heavy. Profit. And there you have it, everybody. Some direction on what you should be doing inside of Destiny 2 right now. Go farm your spoils, whatever method you prefer, and go get these amazing armor set bonuses, and your gameplay experience will be significantly enhanced. Thank you so much for watching the video. Do consider subscribing and or becoming a member like the Giga Chads you see here on screen. And for watching this video the day it's going out, we will be live streaming. Make sure to pop by. Much love. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see your beautiful faces in that next one. Peace out, everybody.
On Pam LARP got nothing on Ace LARP. That's all I'm saying.
On Pam.
Easy LARP.
That's crazy.
Ain't
So
no
much
way,
heavy to
dog.
spare.
Ain't no, nah. And
What did I
trolled.
tell
That's
you, Mom?
crazy.
What did I tell you? I wasn't gonna be bottom damage with Danny here.
That's crazy, actually.
Why y'all do them like that?